I decided to join the Scouts, well, I think it was more my parents because I started when I was 5 years old, but I've really grown to enjoy it. So I decided to stick with it because I really wanted to get my Eagle Scout.
My dad was an Eagle Scout, and that's why I wanted to go through Scouts too.
We learned a lot about the outdoors. We spent a lot of time outdoors.
I've learned a lot of first aid, how to tie knots and stuff, how to make some pretty good meals over a campfire.
We learned a lot about safety with knives and fire and kind of the basics of that. And we learned to kind of appreciate what's around us. A little bit of leadership, a lot of leadership actually.
A normal troop would have like younger kids coming into the troop, and the older kids would like show them how to do all the stuff that they've learned. But we don't really have much of that because we don't have like a feeding Cub Scout troop that brings kids to us. 5 people is kind of the smallest number you can have for a troop. So once our oldest 2, they get Eagle, we don't really have enough for a troop.
Okay, success. So this is the third cord of 3 for the delivery in Windsor. So we're already packed up 1 cord. I'll go with the crew here. Grady, Sebastian, you'll follow us down. Let's do it. Yeah, so I'm the Scoutmaster for Troop 273, which is out of Lyme, New Hampshire. So we're right on the border between Vermont and New Hampshire for our troop and who we take in. Yeah, we're struggling with membership. The 5 boys you saw today that's our entire troop. And I know from working with, the council and the other troops in the area, we're not the only ones that are bare minimum. My friends are coaches on sports teams, and participation is lower than it used to be too. So it's not just us. Scouting has always been, not as popular. So it's just extra challenging. There used to be a ton of family farms in the area, and oftentimes you would see those family farms and farm kids would have ingenuity, would have skill sets that, because they used equipment, they worked on tractors. We lived outside. It was before computers, before cell phones, before that stuff. And if you were bored, you went outside and did something. And it's I'm not picking on cell phones or TVs or video games or whatever. It's just screen time, the digital side, which didn't exist, a couple generations back, say. Just take a first couple of blocks and throw them under the tires. Okay. Ready?
I needed to get wood for the wood stove. I just figured, well, I might as well buy it from these guys. I started out as a Cub Scout way back in the 70s and got out of it for a few years and ran around chasing the Grateful Dead and stuff like that. And I found that I had a yearning to give something back. And as I got into it, it became like a way of life. There's something about going with a small group on a canoe trip on the river and camping out a couple nights in a primitive campsite. You have that shared experience that only the handful of you have to reflect back on the rest of your lives. And I know, from my experiences that those are the mountaintop experiences of your life. The things you look back on as, I don't think about, and I wish I had spent more time at work, but those things are the rewarding things in life.
I was thinking about the question earlier more, why I think there's a change, why I think there's a drop in that know-how. Outdoor skills are a finite skill set. If you don't practice it, you lose it. And so I think it's how you spend your time. Is anybody could learn this stuff, but if they don't choose to spend their time doing it, they'll never get it.
Do we want to do a camp out for, I guess it's a little late considering it's getting a little cold, but we could always try. I'm pretty busy this weekend, and I don't know about next week. I don't know, it's up to you guys. What do you guys think?
Do like a winter one. Do you guys want to do like a winter camp out?
Sure.
Or like late November? That would be cold, but we could try.
But like, if it's gonna be like probably our last camp out, we gotta make it something special.
Yeah, okay, so this is gonna be the last one. Oh, so we definitely have to do one then. If this is gonna be the last one.
I mean, I can't really remember, or we've never had a time where there is a younger people than us besides,
Except when you guys were young.
yeah, except when we were young. So, so I don't really know what that would feel like, but I know people from other troops that have done, that have younger scouts, and it's kind of more active.
Stinks a little bit, yeah. Because we don't really get to do a whole lot of the kind of stuff that you would get to do as an older scout with the younger scouts, you know what I mean?
Mentoring and
Yeah, which is something that we had with the older scouts when we were younger and we had the older scouts there, so, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because it's kind of a little bit of a shrinking extracurricular, unfortunately.
it's definitely definitely a bittersweet ending with the whole troop ending, but it's kind of like last hurrah type thing where we're all gonna finish together.